Hey, folks, welcome to InTheMoneyStocks.com's live trading action video. My name is Gareth Soloway. Today's date is Wednesday, December 17th, 2014. One thing I wanted to discuss in this video today is how I knew the bottom in oil was close and at hand. Now, to pinpoint it to the exact day is a tough situation. I'm not going to fib you on that one. That's a tough situation. But ultimately, you should be able to know that this week you should have a bottom in oil, and this month should be the short-term bottom, meaning that over the next few months you should come off of these lows. And I'm going to show you exactly how I knew this, folks. All right, number one, you can see oil is ripping today up about 4.5% or so, and that's after a gap down on oil. So spot crude was down in the 54 range. It is now in the 58 plus range. So that's a huge reversal off of the early morning lows. Now, if you want to look at exactly the signals I was looking at, first of all, just looking at the chart, we could easily see that it's majorly oversold. I mean, just from this latest down move without any sort of bounce, you went from almost $30 to basically $20 on the USO to yesterday's lows. So again, you knew it was oversold, but a lot of people were too fearful out there to step in front of it. Now, I'm not too fearful because I read the charts, and I'm going to show you exactly what I was looking at. This is something I've shown you guys over the last few weeks as well. If you go to your weekly chart, number one, look at the bottoming tail forming here. But more importantly, zoom out, and I want you guys to see that you pierced the lows from 2009. Now, when something's cratering, when something's collapsing, when something's crashing, oftentimes you will see, all right, this is important, you will see something pierce a low. It doesn't mean it's breaking down. What you're seeing there is when it pierces a double bottom, instead of bouncing right at the double bottom, when it pierces, you're seeing panic come in and kind of a lot of the institutions selling positions because they're getting margin calls. And that's what I always think about and remind myself. So again, clearly, when it got down to this low, this is where you knew the low should be starting to be put in. Now, usually on panic selling, they'll pierce it a little bit, which is exactly what they did. But ultimately, look at what's going on now. Now you have a bottoming tail in the USO weekly starting to form. In addition, you had a 3-bar surge. We all know that 3-bar surges usually pinpoint lows on the individual stocks or ETFs or markets and even commodities. So 1, 2, 3. And this is your pierce, bounce, chart. So there's a 3-bar surge. All right, as if that's not enough, if we know time counts, and if you're a member here and you've taken the webinar and you know time counts, well, then you know on the monthly chart, which you're looking at right here, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. And ultimately, as we know, on a time count, you start to bounce up. All right, so again, that basically pinpoints that coming into the January period, you should have some sort of continued bounce in oil. My guess is oil is going to trade back up to these lows on the USO, which is back to about $29 to $30. And again, you can just see the technical level there. But again, these type of signals, listen, I'm not going to sit here and pretend that I can pinpoint the dead low on oil to the day, to the second, to the minute, whatever. I'm not going to pretend that. What I'm telling you is that if you know the general level, you start accumulating down here. All right, for instance, just to give you guys an idea, all right, let's go back to the daily chart, and I'll just finish up with this. Yesterday, SLB hit a major level for me. I told you in videos just like this, SLB gap fill right there. What did I do? I bought SLB. What's it done since I bought it at $78.65, $78.65? It's bounced back to 84 in 24 hours. In addition, I bought calls on SDRL. Guess what? We're almost up 100% on these calls on SDRL now. Look at SDRL rip. This should only continue to move up beautifully here, folks, as again, this chart is just a thing of beauty. Way oversold. If oil continues to bounce for even a few days, this should go dramatically higher. So these type of signals are unbelievably important, folks. And again, these type of things get my attention and ultimately put me in a position not to nail the exact low to the second, but ultimately just accumulate in the low range when the bottom is near to being in. And then when you get these snapbacks, especially if it lasts for multiple days, you can make so much money, so much money. All right, bottom line is, come join us here at InTheMoneyStocks.com. I want to show you how I do it. I give you my exact calls when I take these trades. Come join us here at InTheMoneyStocks.com. There's a 7-day free trial to the Research Center. Join us. Basically, we're going to do our best to help you profit for life. Take care.